Good morning. It's time for another quote. You wouldn't be on this section if you didn't mind the quotes. Keep calm, carry on. Quoting. Interpreting quoting. The transformation of the world is brought about by the transformation of oneself. That is so fitting for this channel. I don't even think I can summarize in a video how important this is to grasp. Loud car. Don't know if you heard that. The transformation of the world is brought about by the transformation of oneself. If you want a better world, a better environment, a better personal world, to make changes in the grand world, or to make changes in your personal world, in your life, in your happiness, in your mood, in your mental health, in the stability of your life, if you want a better reality. It starts in here. The highlighted video on my channel at the top talks about how happiness comes from within. Our moods are evoked from inside of us. Yes, it's far, far more complex than just that. That's why I've been able to dedicate 3 years now to improving your mood, improving your life videos about neuroscience, how the body communicates back with us, how feelings aren't facts, how all feelings are valid, why materialism and success won't make you fulfilled, balancing your priorities, making yourself a priority, where you spend your time and energy, how you cope, how you react to your emotions, living mindfully. The list goes on and on and on. There's a whole channel you can explore all about this. There's one common denominator in your life, in all of our lives, and that is us. We can't go backward. We can't undo any decision, action, reaction, choice, even external circumstances. We wind up in a way determined based on how we coped with circumstances outside of our control, how resilient and adaptive we were, how resilient and adaptive we are, how capable we are of growing and adapting and pivoting when things are beyond our control, and enduring when things can't be changed and you have to accept it as it is. Master yourself first. Because wherever you find yourself here today in this moment, it's a culmination of things that you were taught, things that were ingrained in your unevolved, unfinished brain when you were an infant, all the way up through your early years, 4 or 5, when your hardwiring was being set. Environmental circumstances triggering epigenetics, external circumstances based on those foundational abilities to cope, causing reaction in a particular way to external circumstances that other people would not react the same to those same circumstances. A series of decisions, choices, and habits. A way of perceiving the world. Your culture, your family, your environment, the influences that you have absorbed. And we can't go backward, we can't undo where we are right now. We can choose not to dwell on the past. And we can recognize that we have agency. That we have agency given situations to make changes within our own capacity to make changes. But in order to make change and to make it stick and to make it positive, for your fulfillment, for your benefit, for a better, happier, more stable life, you have to know yourself. You have to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, you don't know what you're aiming for, you don't know what to change. You have to love yourself enough to care to change. You have to know yourself and know what needs to be changed. You have to know what your priorities are. You have to become aware and conscious. This is what reality is today. My world is today. The world is today. That doesn't mean it has to be what your reality, your situation, your personality, your feelings, your stability are indefinitely. Because you have agency. You have the capacity to make different decisions, to react differently, to approach your life differently, to see the same situation differently, and go about your days and your ways differently, to pick a path rather than just walk aimlessly. But in order to pick a path, you have to know yourself. You have to have insight on yourself objectively, the reality of who you are, how you got here, where you are, and where you would like to go. In order to fill the holes that are in your life that leave you feeling unfulfilled, that leave you wanting to transform, to change, for things to be different, better. You have to know what needs to be changed. Not just the bad parts, but what good parts are missing. You have to know how you operate, what gets you up in the morning, what provides you joy, what provides you relaxation, what provides you peace, how to get there. You have to define fulfillment and success for yourself. You have to actively walk in the direction of the things that you want. But you have to know what those are in order to walk in that direction, or you're just walking. And there's no guarantee you'll get to those things that you want. You have to develop your emotional intelligence, the capacity to cope with your own emotions, to use them as a source of information, a tool, instead of self-torture, something that is so overwhelming that you can't see past it, that your life revolves around the pendulum of your ever-changing emotion. If you have mental illnesses, over your consuming emotion, and the world is either black, hell, or sunshine and rainbows, when nothing has changed but your emotions, because you can't perceive reality through your emotions. You have to learn to master your emotions. You have to learn to master yourself, to motivate yourself to do things sometimes that you don't want to do that would be to your benefit. Everything that wasn't made by God, the universe, or whatever you determine it to be, the mountains, the sun, the flowers, every invention, everything that exists, every positive action that humans have made, every bit of compassion, forward progress, has been made through a decision, through imagining an action in the greater world. It's been invented by people because we have the capacity to do that. Everyone bears limitations. Everyone bears burdens that make each situation a little bit different, but you can always make decisions all day long. And you can always choose your reaction all day long. But in order to make a change in the greater world, make a change in your life, make a change in your relationships, make a change in your lifestyle, make a change in your health, make a change in your friendships, in your family, make a change in your financial management, make a change in your organization, make a change in your career, make change to change. You can't change what you can't see. And you can't go for what you don't know you need. You need to know yourself thoroughly. That's the starting point for everything else. If you take the same person to a different situation, they will create the same situation that they started with. You can't run away from yourself. You will be with you every day for the rest of your life. You will follow you to every new job, every new relationship, every new friendship. You can't control other people. You can't control everything. But you can be in the best mind frame, emotional frame, directional frame possible when interacting with the world around you, when making decisions about your life and the lives of others and the greater world and your place in it and what you're going to do and pursue and think and imagine and how you're going to spend your time. Is going to give you a better, safer, more fulfilling life. But it's you. It's you making the choices to change or remain the same, what to change, what to let go of, what to hold on to, what to advance about your character, what to curtail about your character, where you want to go, what do you want to do, what are your wants and needs and desires, why do you wake up in the morning, who are you, what do you need, where do you want to go, what would make you happy, really legitimately happy, what's missing, and how can you move toward it. Happiness and fulfillment come from within. Change, transformation, transforming your life comes from within because you're the one doing it. You're the one responsible for doing it. Yes, things are out of our control. Things happen in life. whatever happens, the choices you make are little footsteps leading you somewhere. Where are your footsteps leading you? Do you know? Do you know what you want? Do you know what you need? Do you know where your hang-ups are? Do you know yourself? Because as adults, the person responsible for our life is us. We can't go back and undo where we are now. But through dedicating time to introspection, to understanding yourself, picking yourself apart like a scientist without guilt, shame, blame, criticism, kindness, compassion, and self-love for all the things you've survived and overcome and all the ugly corners that have led you to where you are, good and bad, right now. And open your eyes and begin to look to a future and figure out how you might want to get there. But the key, the common denominator, the director of your life is you. And until you've mastered yourself, where you are your best self, you're not going to be able to create your best life. Because you will carry all your hang-ups, misguidedness, misdirection from one situation to the next, or wander aimlessly in no direction at all. You can't fill your needs, hopes, and desires if you don't know what they are. You have ultimate responsibility for your own life from this moment onward. Every choice you make has an impact. Every moment you spend has an impact. Get to know yourself thoroughly as best as you can, without shame, guilt, blame. Love yourself where you are, as you are, and identify what could make you better, a better version of you. And what do you want from the rest of your days in order to be happier, more fulfilled in your life? Transformation starts with you. The transformation of the world is brought about by the transformation of oneself. Change you, and the world changes. Love you guys. Good morning. Goodbye.